We're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Merry Christmas. Hope you all had a good time over the weekend. The channel's been quiet. The reason for that, I said it in the video, the last video that I put up on the channel. It's quiet because over the World Cup, I wasn't looking forward to the World Cup whatsoever, and I didn't really want to do any videos about it because of all the shambles surrounding it and stuff like that. So I just left it, to be fair. Um, just a very, very, very brief recap of that. Obviously, England went out in the quarterfinals. It's about their level, to be honest. I thought they were quite unlucky against France. They played really well against France. Obviously, Kane missed the penalty, which would have probably took it to extra time. Maybe we could have gone through with that Kane penalty. But yeah, all in all, obviously really happy for Messi. I think he completely deserves it. Argentina overall had a really good tournament, considering they lost to Saudi Arabia in the first game. It's pretty hilarious, really, that they've gone on to win it. But yeah, I'm happy that they've won it, and I'm glad that we can get back to the proper football now. So today's video, obviously Spurs are back. The Premier League is back. And it's like they've never been away, really, isn't it? There's going to be there's going to be a few bits I'm going to talk about in this video today. The Brentford game, some stuff that Conte's come out and said, some transfer murmurings, and also Spurs fans' relationship with Levy and ENIC at the moment. So let's get on to Spurs against Brentford. Obviously, on Boxing Day, we were the first game back in the Premier League after the World Cup break. 12:30 kick-off, and we drew 2-2. Yet again, Spurs got off to an absolutely horrendous start in this game. I don't know how many times in the Premier League we've gone behind this season. I think it's like 7 or 8 times in 15 games that we've fell behind in Premier League games. We went 2-0 down. Obviously, Spurs back with a bang in the Premier League. We were just shocking, absolutely shocking. The squad was actually stronger than I thought it was going to be. Kane played. A lot of the World Cup boys actually played, which I was really surprised with. But, quite a few of our team actually went out quite early on. Obviously, Cuti Romero should be back for the Villa game at the weekend. But, yeah, he was missing against Brentford. And, the squad looked all right, to be fair. But we just, again, got off to a horrendous start. We need to talk about Eric Dyer in that mistake, that swing of the foot that he did to concede the corner, which Brentford then went and scored from, was just, I would love to know what Antonio Conte thought of that, to be honest, because I bet he was absolutely fuming. And it's just our defensive mistakes time and time again that let us down. It's just we start games so poorly and we're always chasing it. Luckily, we chased it and we did get a result from it with Kane and good old Pierre Højbjerg got a goal as well. And actually, second half, we grew into the game really well. I think Kane hit the bar at 2-2 to make it 3-2 as well. Overall, I thought he'd come back and he looked really, really good, Kane. Obviously, there's a few question marks about how he would be doing after the huge setback in the World Cup, but he's such a leader and he's so mentally strong. I thought he did really well, and he was unlucky not to win the game for us. Conte, there is rumours that behind the scenes he was absolutely fuming at the defensive performance. He just didn't really show it in the press conference or anything like that. He was quite, I wouldn't say jovial, but he laughed and joked after the game. He was like, yeah, it's good for a neutral, but it wasn't so good for us, sort of thing. And he's going to be fuming, of course, isn't he? But if we're to have any hope of a top 4 finish this season, we have got to start games better. We've got to take the lead and control games a bit more, because we can't keep chasing games. It just takes us to a level where, more energy is exerted and more pressure on the players for, trying to find goals. Whereas, if we took the lead, we could, maybe control it a bit more, show a bit more leadership. But yeah, Brentford, don't get me wrong, very, very good, but Conte's going to be pulling his hair out about that. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was a bit of transfer speculation. Obviously, it wouldn't be a transfer market without Conte supposedly putting pressure on the board to sign new players. There has been quite a lot of transfer talk around Spurs since we've come back. Obviously, doesn't take a genius to know that Spurs really need a centre-half and a right-back, and the two players which we have been heavily linked with so far is Barcelona's box-to-box midfielder Frank Kessié, an Ivorian midfielder for a fee of around 15 million. and Sporting Lisbon's right back Pedro Porro, who's a Spanish wing back, about 35 to 40 million. Now, they're the two players who are most likely, who have been linked with us the most, so far. Apparently, Pedro Porro is a very, very good right back, very energetic, quick, good in the tackle. I would love to see us go for him. Obviously, he played against us in the Champions League this season. So he's got that experience of playing at a very high level, and obviously as a right wing back he will fit into Conte's system really well. It's just, you know what I'm going to say, whether Levy is prepared to stump up the money halfway through a season in excess of 30-35 million to get Porro. There is talk that apparently Spurs don't want to go that far, and a deal could be done at around 25 million, but it's whether Sporting want to play ball. Obviously, it remains to be seen what they're going to do about that, but Spurs need a right back, and he's one of the best right wing backs in Europe at the moment, so if we were to get him, it'd be an excellent signing. The Frank Kessié one I'm not too sure about. I also saw American defensive midfielder Weston McKennie linked with us as well. Obviously someone that Paratici knows very, very well from Juventus. I'm not sure we need a box-to-box midfielder at the moment. There is quite a lot of talk that apparently Antonio Conte doesn't fancy Oliver Skipp or Pape Matar Sarr. The Skipp one I can't get my head round at all. I love Ollie Skipp. I think I've said on here a few times I think he might go on to be a future Tottenham captain, but clearly not. If Antonio Conte doesn't fancy him, I'll be gutted if he goes. Conte has come out talking about transfer signings in this window, and he has said that he thinks the club are going to be pursuing deals which are more along the Kulusevski and Bentancur route, which is, they're young players with a lot of potential that have attainable salaries, he said, which doesn't scream ambition to me. Now, I must be honest, I've got into a little bit of an argument with a few Tottenham fans on Twitter over the last couple of weeks about the ambition that Tottenham, that Levy and ENIC are showing at the moment. Fans are going way, way over the top about what's going on in regards to transfers at the moment. They're seeing Liverpool go out and get Cody Gakpo for 40 million. And that's just not how Spurs do things. Now, yeah, okay, is it frustrating? Sometimes, yeah, it is frustrating that we don't go and chase these players. I know that in previous windows we could have got Dybala, could have got Bruno Fernandes, could have got Grealish and stuff like that. Yeah, I get that, and it is annoying. But Spurs have a philosophy. They have a transfer philosophy, going out, signing younger players and integrating younger players into the first team. We don't even sell players for a lot of money, so it's not as if we're a selling club. Spurs promote youth, and they go out and they sign youth, and they stick them in the first team for many years. Spurs will not go along the route of Ivan Perisic for much longer. I think the Perisic type signing, 33, 34, 35-year-old players on massive salaries who have got the experience, that's what Conte wants, and I don't think Levy's going to give in and give him them. And if that means that Conte will walk, then so be it. I don't really like Conte as a bloke. Okay, as a manager, he's getting results. Yet, fair enough. I don't like the way he conducts himself. I think he has an astounding level of arrogance and aggression, which is unwarranted. And I don't think he's a good fit for Spurs at all. Whilst he's here, will I back him? Yeah, of course he will. But if he walks, will I be gutted? No, not really. I'm not really bothered if he goes at all. And I don't think it's a great idea that Spurs mould the entire club around a football manager who is on £15-20 million a year that will arguably leave us in a worse state than when he come. If he leaves at the end of the season, fine. But if he signs a new contract and he leaves in 2-3 years with a team full of 34, 35-year-olds on 200 grand a week, will set us back years. And I just don't think it's worth it. I think Levy sticks to his guns and he goes down the route of signing players with potential that can have an effect in this first team for many, many years. And that's why he signed Jed Spence, and Conte didn't like it. Jed Spence is a Levy signing all over. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if, okay, Pochettino might come back. Brendan Rodgers could come in. Someone like that. Ruben Amorim might come in. It could be, in a couple of years' time, Jed Spence is an absolute quality right back, and Conte was proven wrong. But yeah, there's a lot of frustration around the transfer strategy at the moment. All I've got to say is be patient. We're not even in January yet, so we can't even sign any players. If we get to the end of January and we've still got Dyer, Sanchez and all that lot at the back, then yeah, I'll be worried. But a month is a long time in football, and I think we'll be okay. So, controversial, I know. I'm probably going to get hammered for it again, but like I say, I don't really care if Conte goes. Honestly, I don't care if Conte goes. Not one man is bigger than the football club, and we shall see what happens. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, Spurs are back. Transfer rumours are back. Fans wanting ENIC and Levy to go are back. And there's rumblings that something major might happen soon, I think. I think it all could come to a head. So that's it, really. We've got Villa away on Saturday, I believe it is. I know we've got Aston Villa, whether it's home or away over the weekend. Portsmouth in the FA Cup as well in the new year too. So let's see what happens. Apart from that, just want to wish you a happy new year. I hope you're all okay. Thanks a lot for subscribing to the channel. Just got over 90 subscribers now, so I'm buzzing with that. And let's get back into the swim of things. I'll see you soon. Have a great new year, and watch out for some new videos. All right, guys. See you later. Cheers. Bye.